Why do you do that? My God. Hi, everybody. Welcome to How to Be Friends with Dave and Shawn. Once again, Dave's not here, but it's okay. I got some filler. Today I'm going to be playing Oxygen Not Included. Might be a little difficult, seeing as how there is a camera shooting right down the middle of my primary screen, but we're going to do with that what we can and go from there. I'm sure Dave will be back soon. Don't worry. We'll get Dave back, I promise. I can't pay the ransom, but I've been assured that he will be brought back safely with all 9 remaining fingers. So Oxygen Not Included is one of my favorite games of all time. It is a basically resourcing strategy game where you have 3 little people you start with and you have to keep them alive on an asteroid or a comet. The game doesn't seem to be sure. They are 2 different things. I know what they are. Do you? But they're on one of those 2. So we're going to choose our 3 little peoples and we're going to go from there. So we have Travaldo, Max, and Devin. +2 construction, +5 science, +9 excavation. One of the things you'll see on this game is they have decreased agriculture, so he is a plant murderer. He has decreased husbandry, which means they can't breed animals. Also decreased husbandry. Early on in the game, that's not really a concern. What's important here is stress reaction. I have vomiter, ugly crier, and binge eater. Same, yo. None of them are going to destroy my stuff, and that's the key. So I'm going to start with these guys and see what happens. Begin! Alright, so let me pause this so I don't lose precious time. Zoom out a little bit. You can tell I'm on survival because I don't have a whole lot of water to work with here. So you can see we have our water, and if you look at our overlays, you can see that's all the oxygen we have to work with right now. That's it. This is survival mode. So what we have to first do is set up things in a specific order. We're going to need power generation so that they can do research. We're going to need a place for the carbon dioxide to go. And we're going to need to be able to get water. So we're going to start with that. Let's see here. So I'm going to use this as my carbon trap for now. I'm just going to have them dig down here. Dig down here. And as soon as they start doing that, there we go. Ugh. As soon as I get some supplies, I'm going to have them build a ladder here. Now, what I definitely don't want to have them do is dig through this oxygen-creating rock. That would be bad. I should probably turn my mouse sensitivity down, but I'm not super duper worried about it. Okay, we're going to crank it up a notch. Now, one of the first things that they're going to do is one of them's going to pee on the floor because that's just like what they enjoy doing. So, if we go to plumbing here, we're going to set up an outhouse, and it's not going to be the most wonderful thing to smell, but at least they won't urinate on the floor. We're also going to leave this in place because one of the other problems they have is if they vomit or they pee on the floor, it will inevitably ruin the water supply. Man, I got to turn down the sensitivity on my mouse. Boop. There we go. Have them dig this out here. And then all this algae here, if I can use this, I will. Now, I can't dig everything everywhere because I leave a bunch of space that has to be filled with oxygen. So one of the reasons I built these ladders down is that so the carbon dioxide can actually sink, but it's going to get trapped over here. So we're not going to really utilize this area much. We're going to try to utilize this area. Okay, you guys dig this out too, please. Next, we're going to need power. We're going to get a manual generator. And we're going to need a battery. And we'll do 2 batteries there. And power wire. It's going to be ugly right now. We can come in and clean all this up later on when we need to. Okay. So we have power, we have an outhouse. One of the things that they need, though, is dirt to make the outhouse work. So I do have some dirt over here. I'll dig that out. I'll use that as much as I do not want to open up more bad air spaces. No, enjoy your lunch break, guys. Yeah, they're fine. When they wake up, I'll have them build this. This is a pitcher pump. Where can I put this? Have them build it there. And I'll just have them dig this out. What we'll also do is have them put a tile here, and we're going to leave this lip here in case any of them have any accidents. So once they have the pitcher pump, okay, so let's see here, stations. Need dirt. Yeah, they're getting dirt. I need metal ore. Okay, so there's some metal ore. Well, we can spray out and get those ones too. Okay. So stations, research station. I have to put that there. Now, one of the first things I want to research is creating an algae oxygen creation bucket, basically. We're going to research how to use algae to create oxygen, which is great. Now, why you would put a bunch of people on a comet or an asteroid without them knowing anything astounds me, but apparently they have to research it as they go. So we're going to go with basic farming. Thank you, guys. So now they're going to pick up their dirt and all their supplies they need to do that. One of them's going to start researching. In the meantime, we need to figure out what else there is we can do here. So we have oxygen there. Our oxygen's already been taken up there. This is all very useful algae. So what I'd like them to do is actually dig all of this out. These little cracked ones you see here like that, there can be a seed or food or something like that. So I'm going to have them dig that out. I'm really going to have them try to dig all of this out. And you can see they're down there. Ooh, man, they are. What's up, little guys? Man, he is... Yeah, he's not happy, huh? It's pretty gross down there. Yeah. Yeah. What I can eventually do is, once the algae research is done, I'll actually put them down here, and that way they can eat that carbon dioxide and give me some sweet, sweet O2. Also, with basic farming, we'll be able to start growing plants. What I will do is... Oh, that was fast. We'll put tiles here. We'll dig that out. Move on to our next bit of research. Power regulation will give us a larger battery. Employment, yeah, not too worried about that. Plumbing, okay, we definitely want to start with power regulation. Meal prep, not such a big deal right now. Yeah, you got food poisoning. Yeah, gross. Gross stuff, because you guys don't have a way to wash your hands yet. To keep this from being trapped here, right in the way of the camera, I am going to bring the ladder this way, so that bad air can come down. I'll have them dig that out too, and I will need that algae. Thank you. Once I get this built out, I'm going to work on getting a planter box in here. So, there's a very disgusting plant that grows a worm that they can eat. Ugh. But we will utilize that because it'll keep us alive while we're trying to get all this stuff squared away. Okay, now, as you can see, we got good air up here. The problem is it's getting ugly. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put some algae terrariums there. That way we can start offsetting that. The algae terrariums will provide us with essentially bad water and a little bit of hydrogen, but it's a small price to pay for the little dudes not suffocating. What I can also do is I can up the priority on these by 1 so that they put that at the top of their list. You know, so they don't die. Keep going, little guy. I know. So what I can do is I can select these mealwood seeds that they have. Ooh. Have them plant that. Plant that. Plant that. Check our research here and see where we can go from there. Gases, ventilation. This stuff is all well and good, but it uses extra electricity and extra resources that honestly right now I don't necessarily have. So what I will probably do is unlock development so that I can move on to advanced research, because that'll become necessary soon. Now occasionally they're going to send you either a new duplicate or a care package. One of the worst things you could do early on in this game is get another duplicate when you don't, because they are resource hogs. So I'm just going to get a care package for now, and then we'll reevaluate where we sit on the next cycle. Okay, so they got those guys. Oh, look at him. He's green. He needs water. Once they start pumping water into these little guys, we'll start actually getting good air. Let's see what happens. You can also play this game on sandbox mode, which is really fun. But it immediately sucks some of the joy out of it because it no longer is a challenge. So I decided I would play this on survival and see how well they would do. We can look at some of the stuff. Like, let's look at their temperature overlay. Okay, so we're temperate. We don't have a lot of power going anywhere right now. You can see what materials exist in different places. But let's look at our germ overlay. Yeah. Yeah, that's nasty. So I have to create hand washing stations, things like that, so they don't get sick. Good job, Devin. And then if we look at our oxygen overlay, you can already see that these guys are offsetting this. We already have this filled with breathable oxygen. Of course, the problem is you can give them so many tasks that they can't keep up with what you're doing. So, kind of have to be careful there. I'm going to create some storage bins here. That way, if they actually have free time, they can pick up some of the stuff off the ground and start stowing it. Now, once his research is done, I'm going to just hold off on research because I need him to move things. Yes, sir.
Hi, Nick.
Hi. What's up?
I was going to ask if I could play on the VR. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, bud.
alright.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and play, sir.
Okay.
That's what the garage is for. It's just a big play area. So let's see. Where do I sit right now? I have 20,000 calories. They don't really have any stress. They're not sick. So they're doing okay. Okay, what do you need? You need dirt. So you can see now that having that extra person actually doing tasks really helps a lot. So I'm going to hold off on the research aspect of it. The other thing that I have to do is make sure that they're happy and comfortable. So what I'm probably going to do is give them some beds up here. So we will dig up to here. And now one of the things you'll notice is I only have gases able to travel through here where the ladders are. So a lot of times when I build, I will leave a gap on each side of the ladder so that it is easier for gases to travel up and down. So in this instance, not only will I have them dig up, but I'll have them dig this out. That way, it doesn't become these tight spots where it's hard for gases to travel through. How's my mic audio? It's okay, whatever. I should just talk louder and louder and louder. So I'm gonna do all on that. All on that, thank you. All on that one, and all on that one. So if they have a spare moment, they'll put crap away, and it won't clutter the floor. Let's see what we have here. Furniture. Cot. 1, 2, 3. Really? Really? Idiot. There we go. Now they have a place to sleep. Hopefully they'll be happy. Okay, so we have a bigger jumbo battery that we'll be able to utilize. I know you don't have oxygen yet, bud, because it hasn't populated up there yet. We're working on it, don't worry. I'm going to have you sleep in a low oxygen environment. It'll just make you strong. Let's see here. I don't have any mealwood seeds. Blossom seeds, they're kind of a pain though. I'm not going to bother with that right now. We're still at 20,000 calories. Oh, the miserable down there, you poor little guys. I know, it's the worst. Okay, so I have some areas for planters. I'm going to end up putting tile there. And then I don't want to really dig much of that out, because that'll get dangerous real quick. So what I'll probably do is reinforce that, dig out to there, reinforce that. Dig that out, dig that out. then I can put jumbo battery right here. Now, one of the other things I can do, where is it? Refinement? I'm going to start composting, which will help a lot with the waste that I'm receiving. And of course, I'm going to compost down here where it's super duper nasty. Because that will get full. I do need to build a second outhouse too, because one of the other problems you'll run into is one will fill up, it won't get serviced, and then they'll crap on the floor. They're little idiots. See, out of service. Great. Fantastic. Come and crap on the floor. 3 is company 2. Let's look at our oxygen here. Okay, not bad. It's starting to populate pretty well up here. It's going to take a little while. You can see I have good oxygen trapped here. It does not want to move around. It's really problematic. He's disinfecting. Isn't he a good boy? Okay, so I can upgrade my duplicate skills here. How about we improve your farming? You have no skill points available, but Max does. What do you love, Max? Advanced research? Absolutely. Max, you're a good boy. You're a good boy, Max. So are you, Devin? Look at you. Pumping bad water out of that algae. Ah, gross little animals. But you're my gross little animals. Okay, so what I'd like to do is build a wash basin. And you can set them up and make them directional, that every time they pass a wash basin, they have to wash their hands. But really, I just like to have a wash basin for when they get gross, they can actually wash their hands. So what I'll probably do is... What is that under? Medicine? Yeah. Use wash basins when passing by in selected directions. So ideally, you want them to do it right there. So I think what I need to do is remove this battery. Deconstruct the battery. Thank you, sir. Good job. Nicely done. And then what I'll do is have them build a wash basin right there. That way, when they go to the bathroom, they have to wash their hands. And because I'm Satan, I'm going to make them wash their hands both directions. Just wash your hands before you go to the bathroom, because you're probably doubly gross. Wow, look at him putting that stuff away. Okay, at this point, because I do want to start my research again and start getting stuff picked up, and I am at 20,000 calories still, I'm probably going to try to pick up another duplicate. So let's see what our options are here. Good at cooking. Not really my biggest concern. Stress reaction, binge eater. Cannot do doctoring errands. That's fine. Supplying is +9 strength. And decreased agriculture. I'm not big on the decreased strength, but she's +2. And increased food morale. I'm going to go with Mima. Good to have you, Mima. Alright, now that we have another person in here, let's continue our research. I'm going to unlock advanced research soon as I can. Yes, delicious. And now we're also going to need a place for Mima to sleep. I think I'll do that right there. So, furniture, cot. Have them build one right there for Mima. Poor little Mima sleeping on the ground there. Oh, so sleepy. These guys are cool. They look scary. They are edible. They actually do help. They'll stop moving long enough. They excrete solid coal as waste, which means that if you get to the point where you're using something that needs coal to produce power, that's the best way to go. Hey, Bug.
Hey, Dad.
You okay?
Yeah. I'm just looking.
Oh, just looking? Okay.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good, but I don't know if you have. Yeah, okay, you do have toilets.
I do have toilets, yeah. That's one of the first things I built. And they have not peed on the floor yet. So I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Alright, let's see here. So, colony summary. Yeah. Bed and bath, we unlocked that. Fantastic. Duplicate skills. So, Devin, what do you like doing? You like digging? Let me give you a +1 in digging. Mima, you good at carrying stuff? Love that. Trivaldo, farming, you're my boy. Alright. Close that out. Let's just double check on our oxygen here. We're getting kind of thin, and it's getting kind of ugly here. And that's because it's breathable. Man, it's not great, though. So let's see what other options there are for oxygen. Large amounts of algae into oxygen becomes idle when it reaches maximum pressure. So we could use the oxygen diffuser. It does use power, but I really don't want them to suffocate. So let's see if we can build a couple oxygen diffusers. Okay, so they do need power, so I'm going to run a power line. One of the reasons we needed that big battery that's not plugged in yet, but I'll end up putting that down there. I'm going to run the power this way. And that way, hook up a jumbo battery here. Oh, that is some foreboding sound. At some point, we'll be using so much power that one of these poor little guys is going to be on this wheel like every waking moment. Which I get, you know, it'd probably be a great weight loss program. You know, if you don't run on the wheel, we don't have oxygen and we all die. Huh, all right. We have all this tepid water we need to get rid of. It's not helping either, and we need a place to dump it. So, that's where we do this. Base, tile. Now I have to build a ditch pit, essentially, where all the yucky goes. And that's going to be our ditch pit. Now what we can do is we can build a pump. We can eventually filter that water out. And that's great. But right now, I just need to get rid of the disgusting water because it's screwing up my air. Base. If you build these one across from each other, they just jump from the next one to the next one. It's adorable. And then what we're going to need is a pitcher bottle emptier. O to rotate. I'm going to end up putting it right there. Okay, and that way we can empty that nasty, nasty, gross water. I don't want you to have a filter. I just want you to... Yeah, let's do polluted water. I don't want you guys to start pouring good water down there. Now, once they finish up, and I'm going to have them collect all the stuff at the bottom of this pit too, because I really don't want them to have to dig in wastewater to get all that stuff. That's nasty. I wouldn't ever do that to anybody. That's gross. That's disgusting. I'm sure I'd do it to somebody. I would. Somebody's got to do it. Where's my sweep function? Is that my sweep function? I can't see it. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, I do own Windows, but when I changed out my hardware, it told me to activate Windows again, and as many times as I have tried to do it, it just won't let me. So no, I'm not pirating Windows. In fact, I think I'm gonna swap my wife's computer over to Linux, just for funsies. I've never done it before. And I'm thinking if I run like Pop OS, it's probably going to be user-friendly enough for my old person mind to handle. Now, if you're looking at the upper left-hand corner going, Shawn, you have no food. I know, right? But we're going to fix that. Don't you worry your pretty little head. Don't you worry. Because we're going to build a microbe musher. And if you're wondering, is it going to survive? I don't know. I haven't played this game in a while. Like, I'm out of practice. Come on, guys. I need you to sweep this stuff so we can start dumping nasty water. We'll make it a 6. There you go. Everybody run over. Start sweeping. Thank you. Mima, are you sick? Oh, you're sick. I'm sorry, honey. Oh. I know. Yeah, she has food poisoning. Of course she does. Because y'all are nasty. Nasty little animal creatures. Okay, so we have a bathroom there. What I'm thinking I'll do is... See all this polluted oxygen? This is going to be a problem. Going back, I should have come up with a liquid dump for this bad water sooner than later, because that is definitely going to be a problem. Because if you look at my oxygen overlay right now, I mean, it's good. It's bright green or bright blue, but it could be much better. That's not good at all. That's no bueno. Oh, Mima, are you going to vomit on something? Please don't puke. Please don't puke. Okay, so now that I have a bathroom there, what I might end up doing is building a second bathroom up here and getting rid of this one so that they will for sure wash their damn hands. Okay, so do I have a care package? That'd be really helpful. Snazzy suit. Well, let's take the algae. Whatever, works for me. You can see here we're starting to sprawl out here. Not really happy with all this unused area here, but I can eventually expand into that. These guys are growing. Now once they grow, I can always replant the little worms and then create more trees, which would be fantastic. Poor thing's got food poisoning. I'm sorry, honey. You know what? You guys suck at this, and this is all pretty much useless. So, here's what I want. I want you to empty. Empty. Did you Oh, you emptied it onto the ground. Oh my god. Oh, that was dumb. That's great. So I just told him to empty it onto the ground. Now look at my germ overlay. They're just dragging it all over the place. That was so stupid. So stupid. Oh my god. So now I gotta have him mop it all up. What's worse is when something like that happens up here and it just pours down and it just goes everywhere. Look at all these water jugs that they have to empty now. Sweep. Okay. Only store objects marked with sweep in this container. Okay, he's working on it. He's working on it. Okay. So they're starting to put the polluted water in here, which is perfect. That's what I need. You guys are going to spend the next entire day sweeping all of this up, because it is just screwing with our air. That was so stupid. God, that was dumb. Oh, good job, guys. So you can see my mealwoods. Okay. So now that I have mealwood seeds, what I can do is I can plant there. I can plant there. If you leave them out on the ground, the little jerks will come by and eat them. I know, guys, it's hard work and it sucks, but I really need y'all to get rid of this polluted water. And I have to create another storage unit too for all the stuff they're picking up. Get a storage. Oh my god, how did I do that? This storage bin. It's definitely not the best run I've ever had. Mima got better though, because she had food poisoning. Food poisoning passes. So if you're calling out for work, sick at work 3 days in a row because you have food poisoning, we hate you. We hate you so much. Alright, so they're going to clean all this up. Go from there. It's pretty much our main to-do right now. What's our priority on that? See, I got 5 on that, 5 on... Okay, so they'll just kind of continue to clean all that up as they get the opportunity. Our air looks better. Oh, they haven't built that because they can't get to it, because I haven't given them the ability to actually get through to there. That would help. So yeah, if I would add a pitcher emptier and a pit, I would have been able to get all this bad liquid out of the way before it essentially screwed up my good oxygen. So I could go back and do that and start the game all over again. I'm not going to. Now with the microbe musher, we can kind of make like basic food. Essentially like ground up worms and paper that gives them a little bit more caloric intake. Lets them get a little bit further. Oh yeah, this is all very bad. Yeah, this is pretty ugly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording here because they have a lot of work to do to play catch up. And nobody really wants to watch that. Also, I have a couple other games that I might try out. I might just bounce from game to game. So I'm going to let them finish up this and then save the game, but I'm going to stop recording here. Once again, thank you so much for watching How to Be Friends with Dave and Shawn. Dave will be back soon, I promise. But until then, I will continue to just play video games and record them. And I hope that makes at least one person out there happy. So, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you very much. We love you guys. And you have a wonderful evening.